After a full day of editing, I took Soka on a walk and decided I wanted to rest. But I realized if I sat down and doom scrolled, I was gonna end up burnt out. In that moment, I decided to take an everything shower, slip into my nicest, silkiest pajamas, and kick off the coziest Christmas self-care night you can imagine. If you've been hanging around, you know I am doing Bookmas. Although posting a vlog every single day for 25 days is very fun and I absolutely love it, it is a ton of work. And that is all really starting to get to me, so I have saved for this very moment Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. If you are not new here, I am a big Caraval fan. In fact, I'm just a big Stephanie Garber fan. I don't think she's ever released anything that I didn't love. And this is an easy, like, sit down and read in one evening kind of book. Like I said, I am very, very close to burnout, so I think my main goal tonight is just enjoy my rest time and have it actually revitalize me so that I can go into tomorrow better and stronger. And maybe if we finish this book in time, we might finish off tonight with like a bookishy, winterishy movie. Those were not words. A bookish, wintry movie? That's a thing. I think we're gonna start this off strong with me doing my nails because they're a little rough, and I'll do my hair. I already did my skincare. I have really bad dry skin, so I have to do it right out of the shower. But speaking of my super dry skin, at some point when I am reading, I think I'm gonna slip on this face mask. It's from Naturally Upper Canada. I do not know what is up, but this face mask, I can only find it in one CVS in Greenville, North Carolina. There's literally nowhere else that I can find this face mask, and it's the only one that like truly heals my skin in like 30 minutes. Hopefully this can fix my face. Ever since I had that allergic skin reaction, for those of you who don't know, it was probably like 7 videos ago now, I got a special like face mask skincare product and I tried it and I didn't check the ingredients. I was allergic to something in it, so my whole face like puffed up and it was so red and swollen and it was the most painful thing, and I had blisters all over my face for days. It was very rough. My skin is pretty healed. I still have like a couple breakouts here and there that have like lingered, and that's fine. I'm over it. But this big red dry patch on my cheek, it's driving me a little crazy. But by all means, let's paint the nails and then let's read just as long as it takes the nails to dry, and then let's bake a fun Christmassy treat.
My nails were painted for all of 2 seconds before I ruined them. But also, I realized that I did not brush my hair. I get nervous about brushing my hair with wet nails. Wet nail polish in your hair is kind of wild. I was gonna like scrunch my hair and let it go naturally curly, but we're gonna have to brush it. How far down can I hold this brush so that my hair doesn't touch my nails? Now it's like half curly, half straight, but the nails look great. They look fine. We're gonna go over to the couch, cuddle with the puppy, and jump right in.
Cold enough to make you shiver, but not cold enough to snow. Cold enough to know it's winter, perfect time to say our first hello. Scarves and sweaters bundled up in cotton, knowing names that wouldn't be forgotten, laughing over our own sense of humor underneath the Christmas lights that glow.
I decided to take a quick break to heat up some leftover soup. I do this thing often where I get really into a book and I all of a sudden forget to feed myself. And that wasn't very self-care of me, so we're fixing that. I am on page 75 of Spectacular. Obviously, I'm going to keep this spoiler free. If you have not read Caraval, honestly, let this be the reason that you finally pick up the trilogy if you haven't already. There are 2 couples that come out of the trilogy, and this is kind of the story of both of them at Christmas. The character I always connected the most with, whose relationship I love the most, I like how they are kind of taking on the role of like the very mature couple. But the other couple, I will say, It's a little bit of a miscommunication trope, which is not my favorite in the slightest. So I will say it doesn't come off as annoying as it would for like any other type of book because the stakes are so low. It really is just such a fun and happy book. I say this every single time I read a Stephanie Garber book in a video, and I will never stop saying it. The ability for Stephanie Garber to make such beautifully detailed stories while also still maintaining an insanely quick pace plot is insane and unprecedented, and I love her for it. She has quite literally mastered the art of the balance between detail and fast pace. Stephanie, I love you. I'm your biggest fan. Please notice me. Anyways, I am going to eat the soup and keep reading. I must say there is a specific baked good that is lingering on my mind. That sounds really good. But my mom has the recipe, not me. So I did text her and ask for it, and I hope I hear from her soon. And then we can make cookies in a little bit.
I'm glad I got to know you better. We've come so far since that December.
I started reading the book again and I was just flying through it. Honestly, I got to a point where I realized that if I did not stop to make these cookies, I was going to finish the book before anything was baked. So I stopped what I was doing and I ended up making snickerdoodles because my mom actually could not find the Cocoa Kringle cookies recipe. So I was a little bummed about that, but honestly, these snickerdoodles are my favorite. This is the best snickerdoodle recipe ever. And now I am ready to finish Spectacular. I'm in love. I really am enjoying this. Like, it's so, I wouldn't use the word rush, but you can definitely tell that we're trying to tell a short story here. The illustrations are captivating. Hey, Soka, you wanna say hello? The illustrations are absolutely captivating, and I am so obsessed. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna finish this. I think we have like 30 or so pages left. But honestly, we're still in the midst of the main conflict. So I'm interested to see how this is resolved in the next 30 pages. And then I'm going to enjoy my snickerdoodles that are fresh out of the oven. I'm going to light a candle and then I'm going to turn on some fun background music, like some Christmassy vibes. And then I think after I'm done reading this, I want to just like curl up and watch a Christmas movie and enjoy my cookies and end my day that way. I know I originally talked about doing like a whole like skincare mask and all that. It occurred to me, I literally just like everything washed my hair. And if I put that face mask on, it would make my hair like really oily looking at my hairline. And I just really don't want that because I have church tomorrow and a Christmas party. We didn't really think that one through. But I will say that it was still successful because my nails stayed nice all night. And I didn't do a ton of cleaning per se, but I did a little bit here and there while I was baking. And I think the biggest thing for me is that I genuinely feel like a different energy and a different level of just life in me right now. I feel like all of that really just kind of woke me up and it was really nice. It was really relaxing, but also fun. It's better than doom scrolling in bed. And it's really easy to forget that Christmas is coming up with all of this crazy Bookmas stuff that I'm doing. So this was a really nice way to just like pause, take a minute for myself, and re-energize so that I can tackle the rest of Bookmas. I'm talking like it's the end of the video. Let's light a candle and finish this book, and then I'll give you final opinions on Spectacular. Alright, I finished Spectacular quite quickly, and I'm happy with how it wrapped up. It felt very true to the original trilogy. I want to give it 5 stars just for nostalgia's sake. It realistically is probably more of a 4-star, but I think I'm going to give it 5 stars because Stephanie Garber can do no wrong in my opinion, and realistically, the only thing that would have made it better is if it was more of the perspective of the other couple. It makes me really sad because the main character of the first book becomes the secondary character for books 2 and 3, and also this novella. I was really hoping she'd kind of get her moment in the sun again, but she did not. So it's fine if Stephanie Garber wants to play favorites, But Stephanie, I want more Scarlet content, okay? And in my opinion, like, Donatella's a great character and all, but I just can't relate to her. I still think the stories are beautiful, but Donatella just to me is not a very relatable character. I still loved it. I still enjoyed their story. I still enjoyed like getting Donatella's Christmas experience. So that was still fun, but I don't know. I kind of hoped for a little bit more Scarlet, but honestly, I can't complain because up until like 2 months ago, I didn't even know that there was ever going to be an extension of the Caraval universe. And I hope this does well and we get more extensions of Caraval in the future, because this was honestly so therapeutic to get to revisit this story without having to reread a plot that I've already read before. So I was scrolling to see what I wanted to watch, and honestly, I was getting very tempted because off the bat, HBO Max was saying that I should watch Harry Potter, and I mean, I wasn't gonna fight that, but it's also a little late to start a whole movie. But apparently there's like a Harry Potter themed baking show hosted by the actors who play Fred and George Weasley. So I'm gonna watch an episode of that before bed. I feel like a whole different person. I feel like I can go to bed happy and wake up tomorrow, you know, ready to just like tackle life again. And that's a really good feeling to have, especially because I was so close to burnout earlier today that I was getting really nervous about the state of my mental health. So I'm very happy that we were able to do this, and who knows, maybe we'll do a second one before the end of Bookmas. You know, I think it's good, you know, check in every once in a while with myself, give myself a little self-care time, have a grand old time. Well, while I'm watching this, you should definitely subscribe so that you can get notified every time I post a new Bookmas video. And of course, you should definitely go check out my Bookmas playlist if you are not already caught up on the series. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow for another episode.